So my name is Kevin Peak and my business is Caja Popcorn. We make gourmet, fresh popcorn every day. They're a little bit unique: sea salt caramel, pimento cheese, spicy barbecue. We spend a lot of time working on making sure that we're not only making fresh popcorn, but also interesting flavors, no preservatives, and no nuts. It's something I tend to be sort of frugal and value-oriented, and I think that that's something important for any small business owner to take that approach. Because it would be easy for me to come in and say, all right, I want flashy stuff on my walls, and I want all new equipment, and I want everything to look just spectacular, and I want to go with high-end everything. And I really took the time to say, what do I want to be really high-end? And I want my display case to be high-end and new, and that's important. That's what the customer sees. And I want my equipment, my popcorn production equipment, to be new, because it's important that that works. But it wasn't important to me to have a new refrigerator for my butter and the few ingredients that I actually have to keep cold. So I bought a used piece of equipment. It wasn't important to me to have a high-end microwave, because all I do is melt butter in there and melt my chocolate. So I didn't need to have a high-end microwave. So I don't need to have a high-end POS system. I don't, Aloha or one of the other really more expensive POS systems. I wanted something that would work really well for what I'm trying to do, which is get people in and out the door and charge them the right amount. Yeah, we're open. Our original hours were 11 to 8 Monday to Thursday, and 11 to 9 Friday, Saturday. Just recently, we made the decision to open on Sundays. We haven't actually started that yet, but we will be starting that in a couple of weeks. I think as much as I want to enjoy that day personally, my employees are saying to me, hey, look, we don't mind being open and being here. And if I can capture some business in the Buckhead community and people who happen to be in this area on Sundays, I want to do that. So we will be open starting in a couple of weeks, 12 to 5. And from an employee standpoint, it's interesting. I originally had intended that I would have 2 employees at all times, starting at 9:30 when we start making the popcorn, all the way through to close. And pretty quickly after we started, I realized that I needed 2 employees in the morning, need 2 employees in the evening, but I only need 1 employee in the afternoon. And so I made that switch from a staffing standpoint and able to save some labor hours. You talk to anybody who's been in the business for a while, they'll say, hey, labor, that's a big expense. For me, it's an expense, and certainly it's a controllable expense and one that I want to monitor, but it's not my biggest expense. So I want to make sure that I have the right amount of labor at the right times. A lot of people have said to me, gosh, your rent must be just exorbitant here. And I think on a per square foot basis, so it might be higher, and I'm sure it's higher than some other areas in Buckhead, certainly, and even in the rest of Atlanta. And if you go out to the suburbs, I may be paying, gosh, I might even be paying twice the rent you could get somewhere out in the suburbs. But it is key that you get the right location, and for me, the right square footage. I was looking at other spaces in Buckhead, pretty decent location, but it was 1,800 square feet. And even if it was a lower per square foot rent, I didn't need that much space. It was going to be more rent for a bunch of space that I didn't actually need.